Jake Paul and Mike Tyson just got sued for scripting their boxing fight, yeah. And this video is provided by Boxing World. And yeah, there are many rumors about these two men possibly had all these viewers essentially deceived. They faked it, as many people are accusing them of. And I already made a 1 hour reaction or even talk or rant about the fight itself and about Jake Paul and all of his past fights, and my opinion if they were real or they were rigged, if they were fake, and also about Mike Tyson and his performance. And if you want to check this out, go onto my YouTube channel. It's called UDYZYZ Reaction to Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight, where I'm watching the ESPN highlights of their fight. But now let's get deeper into these accusations that this whole thing is scripted or was scripted. Let's hop into this one.
Many are upset over the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight, with some people claiming that it was rigged because many people bet a lot of money and they lost a lot of money.
First off, bro, if you are betting money, serious money as this man stated it, onto a Jake Paul boxing fight and also thinking that is a real fight, then I think you're not that deep in the subject of boxing, because I think it was very clear at the latest when Jake Paul had his fight against Tyron Woodley that it was rigged, yeah. And if you get a fight as a boxer that was rigged once, then there is a chance that you had more fights that were rigged. Yeah, and I also talked about his Tyron Woodley maybe holding back and letting himself getting knocked out in my other video that I just mentioned about Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul fight. And I also want to point out that I think it is also a unresourceful thing to do when you are gambling. Just my opinion, okay? Because I don't really see a value in it, you know? Gambling is invaluable in my opinion, you know? And I don't want to tell anybody or force anybody how they should live their life, but you are risking hard-earned money on a game, and obviously you can win, bro. You can win the jackpot or whatever you're playing or whatever you're betting on or whatever. But yeah, I'm just to let you know, okay? Just to let you know, I'm not saying that I'm so superior to all of you gamblers out there, and that I wouldn't and didn't had indulged in gambling once in my life, because I did. Yeah? There was one situation where I indeed gambled, okay? And let me tell you when this happened. It was funny enough. It was the Jake Paul versus Ben Askren fight. And I knew back then also that Jake Paul fights are probably not that good boxing fights. Yeah? Because Jake Paul, again, I stated all my opinion about his boxing style and how I think it's a bad thing to use this boxing style, and his boxing fights in itself are not really entertaining, how I think, They are not really entertaining. His pre press conferences and whatever, and all this build up, this story that he's building around this fight, and this conflict he's creating and this drama. It is indeed a thing that Jake Paul can do well, sometimes in a cringy way, of him being cringy. And that's why I also think he is not really that much of a boxer, but he is an entertainer. Yeah? He is an entertainer because he sells pay-per-views, bro. He sells pay-per-views. He is getting people to watch his fights. Even though you know that the fight in itself maybe won't be that good, but he's making these very unusual matchups, young YouTube boxer versus old, washed up MMA fighter. That is some sort of, let's say it makes one curious how this fight will look, because it's so unusual. And I then decided back then, with the Ben Askren fight, Jake Paul versus Ben Askren. Again, I'm not a gambler at all, but when I found out about this fight, I just had this and I found out about this ridiculous high payout rate if Ben Askren wins and you bet on it. Yeah, it was like your bet times 27 if Ben Askren wins, and you bet on him winning. Okay, it's like you bet $10, and if Ben Askren wins, and you bet on Ben Askren winning, you will get a payout of $260. And it was so ridiculously high. And Jake Paul winning was about like the payout rate or whatever it is called. It was 1.65 or whatever. So yeah, not that much of a win here that you can make out of this bet. And at the same time, I knew that, or I suspected and guessed that this fight versus Ben Askren obviously will be a horrible fight in regards to the art of boxing, but it's gonna be so hilarious seeing this YouTube boxer Jake Paul, yeah, versus Ben Askren, the worst boxer in the UFC history, how I think. He is the worst. He is the worst boxer in the whole UFC, or had been the worst boxer in the whole UFC. Ben Askren is already retired, as you know. And I had this feeling that it's gonna be so hilarious to see those two fighters. And Ben Askren is a good wrestler. He won Olympic gold, so yeah. So he's still some sort of fighter, you know. He had champion titles in the UFC. He's a fighter. He's a professional fighter, but he's just an awful boxer. So yeah. And I had this feeling that this fight between those two would be so funny. It would be so hilarious. And yeah, I want to watch this. But obviously, I didn't pay any pay-per-view money on this, and I feel bad. I feel bad for every single individual that is paying their hard-earned money on a pay-per-view for a Jake Paul fight, because you won't get any bang for your buck there, not at all. I watched the highlights reel a few days later or whatever, you know, that was uploaded on YouTube. And but yeah, to come back to the to this betting, the sports bet. Yeah, and then I knew, okay, I just want to know how this fight will go. And Ben Askren has this ridiculously high payout rate for him winning if you bet on him. And I said to myself, you know what? That's an opportunity for me trying out a sports bet, and just for the heck of it. And I know Jake Paul will probably knock him out because Ben Askren is just trash in boxing, bro. But I also, a little part in myself thought that, you know what? Maybe Ben Askren lands this lucky punch and somehow knocks out Jake Paul with one of his absolutely awful strikes. Just thinking about that makes me laugh, bro, because it would be so odd, bro. It would be so weird seeing Ben Askren knocking someone out with his punches, bro. But again, there was this little thought in myself, in my head, that I said, okay, you know what? I'm gonna pull the trigger. I'm gonna bet $20 on Ben Askren winning, and it was money that I could afford. It didn't hurt me to spend this money, and I just did it for the heck of it. I just wanted to try out the sports betting thing. And yeah, maybe if I'm lucky enough, maybe even get like my $20 times 27, you know, because that's the payout rate. Like, that was, what is it? Like 540 bucks, you know, out of it. And then I placed the bet, and obviously I lost this money because I saw them the next day or 2 days later, whatever. And I also then watched it up on Google who won, and I saw it. But then I saw also in the video how Ben Askren got knocked out cold, and as Snoop Dogg phrased it, Ben Askren looked like a milk jug, and he really did. Some sort of. And he also, yeah, went down like a milk jug, or just, I don't know how to describe it, how he fell to the floor. And it was funny how he fell, not that he experienced this damage to his head. You know, that's not funny, but just the way it went down was funny, bro. And yeah, and that's how even me myself indulged in a Jake Paul sports bet. It was a one-time thing, and then after that I also then knew and learned, okay, like, gambling is nothing for me. I tried it out one time with a little amount of money. Didn't hurt me at all. I learned more about myself, that I'm not into gambling. It's not fun for me, at least. I can't pull any value out of it for myself. And then I could make a check mark behind this. And yeah, but essentially, if you are putting your hard-earned money on a Jake Paul fight, bro, that's a very, very unwise thing to do, bro. Yeah? and it's also, yeah, it's unscripted, it's scripted, bro, as these people are stating here. And I think the Tyron Woodley fight, it was rigged. I really think that. And again, the Tommy Fury fight, I think that this one was real, but yeah, they just hugged for these 6 or 8 rounds all the time. And yeah, again, Tommy Fury having this last name of the Fury family that holds so much prestige in it. Tommy Fury doesn't live up to this name at all. He doesn't live up to this prestige at all. You know, he's just an 8 round hugger, bro. And it was an awful fight to watch. And again, people who spent $80 or whatever as for the pay-per-view to watch this, they took a big L, bro. They took a big L. Because, bro, if you want to see 2 men hugging on a screen, bro, then go watch Brokeback Mountain, bro. Like, you can have that for free on the internet, bro. Like, okay, maybe you have to pay your monthly subscription fee for Netflix, and they maybe got Brokeback Mountain or whatever. Or you just can look up this one scene where they're hugging on YouTube, and again, you have it for free on the internet. So yeah, I think I also mentioned it in this other reaction, this hugging thing, Tommy Fury, and yeah. And again, maybe there are certain. I'm going into a rant about gambling now, but I want to say this last thing, then we're gonna continue with this reaction. If you, bro, you're only 8 seconds in this reaction, bro, and I'm already starting with my rants again, bro. That's what you get when you watch UDYZYZ shows, bro. And what I want to point out here now, then we're gonna continue with the reaction. If you are into gambling, you know, and you just maybe you get a kick out of it, okay? I'm not trying to demonize gambling. And let's say if you making a trip to Vegas with your boys, okay? And you want the whole package, you know? And you also want to gamble a little bit, and you go to the Bellagio and want to play some blackjack. Okay, bro, then you can do it, but don't do it with the intention to, bro, now I'm gonna be a millionaire, and I'm making a living out of this, and yeah, I'm gonna quit my job, and I'm only gonna gamble now. Again, there are professional poker players that really make a living out of it, whatever, but yeah, most of this, let's say, regular people are not on poker player professional level. So yeah, and it's risky. So, but let's say you're just doing it for the entertainment, yeah, this gambling, yeah, and you say, okay, I'm not into gambling at all, but I'm in Vegas, and I want to have this whole Vegas experience, and now I'm gonna gamble a little bit tonight with my boys, and we just want to have fun and this entertainment. Yeah, and then you decide to, yeah, just use a small amount of money for this whole gambling evening, something that you can afford and it won't hurt you at all, and maybe it's like spending money on going to the movies, you know, like I don't whatever $20 or whatever, you know, you would spend for an evening watching a movie in the theater, or $30, whatever. You're also want some nachos or popcorn and a big drink, whatever it is, and you want this special seats, maybe it's $30-$40 or whatever it is. and you take this small amount of money, just this entertainment money, yeah, for getting entertained, that you would also spend to watch a movie or whatever, and you go to this blackjack table, and you're just having fun, you know, playing a little bit of blackjack, and as soon as your $40 or whatever is used up, you call it a day, you know. Then you stop gambling and you do something different with your bodies having fun in Vegas, yeah. And you had this entertaining evening at the casino, you know, playing with small amounts, maybe doing some slot machines with some coins, just for the entertainment, yeah. And that's if you want to do that, that's okay, I think. Okay, you can do that just for the entertainment. And the let's say the difficulties start as soon as you get pulled into this whole gambling thing, that you know, start betting your big amounts of your hard-earned money, you know, and you're losing it. Again, if you're doing this trip with your boys to Vegas, maybe you got this $40, and maybe you win even, yeah. Maybe you win $200 or whatever through that. Cool. And then you also say, okay, you know what, boys, we're gonna quit now. We want some money, and you know what, we are about to eat some steaks now, on me, yeah. Okay. Cool. But again, you only did it for the entertainment, and you kept the control over everything here. But yeah, again, the difficulties start, and you you start investing all this money in gambling, and you're losing maybe, and you really get addicted to it, and then you maybe start using the college money for your child, losing it all, getting into financial trouble, maybe even taking a loan because you're so addicted, and you got so addicted to this feeling of this sensation, of this risk and this wins and whatever, and maybe you're just thinking, yeah, next I just need one more game. I just need one more game at the slot machine, or one more game at the blackjack table, and I'm gonna win my millions and can then pay off all my bills and debt and whatever. And you're a complete addict and destroying your life, bro, for gambling. So that's, you know, why I think there's not that much of value in it. So yeah, I am not into gambling at all. Just shared my opinion here. And yeah, stay watchful of yourself. But now, let's continue.
Allegedly, there's this script that got leaked showing how the fight was supposed to go down between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul.
Jake Paul and Mike Tyson just got sued for pulling off the biggest scam in recent boxing history. What were you two buddies thinking? Fans waited 6 long months for this so-called legendary fight.
Bro, whoever called this a legendary fight, bro, again, don't know much about boxing, bro. Maybe legendary because of the presence of Mike Tyson, yes. But for Jake Paul, bro, not at all. Not saying that to hate on him, but calling Jake Paul a legend in terms of boxing would be a disgrace for the sport of boxing, yeah. Definitely.
Only to get served a scripted, tarnished mess. Sure, you might have your reasons, but let's be real. What was the point of hyping this event to the heavens if you were going to give us absolutely nothing in return? You didn't just...
Just seeing Jake Paul boxing here, it gives me the icks a little bit.
Just waste time, money, and energy. You played with the emotions of millions of boxing fans.
The Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight.
Interesting. Script.
Ooh! He's shooting them shots, bro.
How so? What do you mean by
It's just
script?
weird. It just...
Like scripted in what way?
No, I don't know. I actually really like Jake Paul. It just seems so... It's odd, bro.
The timing. It's a timing.
I mean,
He
it's
fights
obviously
two-
odd.
No, he fights 2 no-names, beats them both.
How do you plan to make up...
Maybe he's talking about Nate Robinson and... whoever he fought. I don't know all his fights, but yeah. Like Nate Robinson is a no-name in the boxing sport, absolutely. But he got some basketball career or whatever. I don't know much about Nate Robinson.
For this disaster. Because let me tell you, the damage is done. No one's ever going to believe in a real fight again. And it's not
Never say never, bro.
just your reputations that are ruined. You've dragged the entire sport of boxing down with you.
Okay, that's also I think that what is very, very sad, because this narrator talked about reputation here, for Jake Paul rigging a fight, it's not that big of a surprise, okay? And yeah, Jake Paul doesn't have this good of a reputation to begin with. But for Mike Tyson, if he really sold his hard-earned legacy and legend status of being Iron Mike Tyson, this monster in the boxing ring, for a cash grab, yeah, he sold all of that for a cash grab, that would be a disgrace and very, very, very sad. It would be a pity for Mike Tyson's sake. It would be very sad, bro.
Congratulations, you've officially hit a new low.
Well, X has spoken. The fight was scripted. Everyone is talking about this on X, and the script was actually leaked on X a few days ago.
Fans shelled out millions for this hot mess. Pay-per-view?
So the question is, they're talking all about the script. Was the script leaked right before the fight or after it? Because, you know, if the fight already happened and then they leaked the script, like, okay, someone just could watch the fight and then they wrote the script. If it was leaked before that, and now we will find out that it exactly went down like that, okay, then that's suspicious. Yeah. But even writing, let's say, a real, like, some sort of yeah, it was like a movie script written, you know. It's also some kind of weird, bro. Like this real, just literally a script for a boxing fight, a real boxing fight.
Sold out. Tickets gone. Anticipation through the roof.
Bro, I don't know who is spending their money on Jake Paul fights, bro. Maybe it was because of the Mike Tyson fans. But I think also the Jake Paul versus Ben Askren fight was sold out. Yeah. Again, I feel sorry. No, I don't feel sorry. I feel bad. I feel bad for everyone that spends their hard-earned money for any Jake Paul fights, bro. Do yourself this favor, bro, and don't spend money on Jake Paul fights.
But what did we get? A fight so fake, even WWE fans were like, yeah, we've seen better. Jake strutted out with a $40 million payday. Tyson pocketed the $20 million.
Okay. Jake Paul made $40 million and Mike Tyson made $20 million. You know, the thing is, and that's so sad, bro, that very, let's say, honorable men who had legendary careers get into financial difficulties in their retirement, in their let's say elder years, because most of the time it's just because they made a whole lot of money in their careers, but then they made very unwise financial decisions that again got them into these financial difficult situations. And then it makes sense that maybe Mike Tyson completely, let's say, was indulging in the thought of making this cash grab to make ends meet and sell all of his reputation for that. What still is not a justification for that at all. It's still just a big L for him. But yeah, Like, maybe you just said, "Oh, I need the money, and I will have to do that." Yeah, but again, it's man. I hope somehow, I hope Mike Tyson didn't do that, bro. But it seems like it. And then also, I also gave my opinion at this 1 hour reaction to the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight. That I also don't really see Mike Tyson in the ring. I see a very, let's say, bad version of Mike Tyson holding back, being very passive, and yeah, the Mike Tyson that we know is proactive and wild, And even though he's 58 and maybe got, I don't know, he maybe got something going on with his knees. Someone in the comments of one of my shorts wrote it that he got some issues with his knees going on. I didn't knew that before, and maybe that's why. But again, bro, this man, I think he started when he was 16 years old, when Custom Auto took him under his wing, and now he's 58. This man has 40 years. Over 40 years of boxing experience, yeah, being a wild, proactive fighter in the ring. And all of a sudden, he has as good as nothing left from this anymore with 58. Again, he's older. Maybe he's not that fit anymore. He's not 20 years old anymore, yeah. He's now 58 years old, yeah, about to reach 60 years old. But again, I think a 50-year-old Mike Tyson could have performed better than what we saw there, yeah, in this ring. And it seemed a little bit like he held back, yeah. Or maybe indeed he's just too old for that ish, as I already stated in the other video. But yeah, you have to evaluate what the case is here, and it really seems like Mike Tyson held back. But let's find out what we will learn here in this video.
$1 million, and the audience was left holding the bag. An empty one, by the way. And then, just when you thought it couldn't get worse, a leaked script surfaced. Round by round predictions nailed it. Surprise, surprise. Furious fans are now suing, calling this what it truly was: false advertising at its finest.
Reason, and one reason only, and that is the money. He's getting paid so much money to do this. So that tells me he's getting bought. So again, it is sad that someone like Mike Tyson...
Round one starts, and we're all thinking, okay, maybe this won't be a disaster. Tyson comes in with his old school bob and weave, and Paul prances around like he's the second coming of Muhammad Ali. Tyson lands a couple of jabs, Paul throws a quick combo, and wait, is this real? Tyson's timing was so off, it felt like he was boxing in slow motion. And Paul? He looked like he was just trying not to trip over his own ego.
Supposed to go down. So round one was supposed to go like this. The opening bell rings and Tyson, showing flashes of his old form, immediately stalks forward with his signature bob and weave style. Paul maintains distance, circling the ring cautiously. Tyson lands a few jabs, but Paul's youth shows in his superior ability.
Round two rolls around and Tyson lands a solid left hook. The crowd goes wild for 5 seconds. Then reality hits again. Tyson's tank is already on E, and Paul, with all the energy of a kid hopped up on sugar, is bouncing around like it's a schoolyard fight.
Okay, and also want to mention this here again. Already said it in the other video, but there was this very cool, strong-looking boxing training footage of Mike Tyson on the punching bag, but yeah. And that maybe made people think, "Whoa, Mike Tyson is such a beast still, and he will rip Jake Paul's or knock Jake Paul's head off in this fight." But you also have to keep in mind that you can look as good as you want on the sandbag. The sparring session or the fight, the real fight, is a whole nother story. There are people that they look so slick and cool and strong and skilled on the sandbag, on the punching bag, but when it comes to the fight, they're just awful, bro. Yeah, just to keep it in mind.
prime. Round 2. Tyson comes alive, cutting off the ring more effectively. He lands a thunderous left hook to Paul's body that draws a collective gasp from the crowd. Paul weathers the storm using his reach advantage.
By round 3, Paul's ego was fully inflated.
Yeah, there was a Nate Robinson knockout. I think that was real, but again, Nate Robinson, bro. Not too much to be expected here for a good boxing fight.
He lands a decent right cross that momentarily stuns Tyson. Tyson tries to fight back, but it's painfully clear his trademark moves have turned into sluggish flails. Meanwhile, Paul is strutting like he...
Yeah, there was this, let's say, Tyron Woodley letting himself get knocked out. Letting Jake Paul knocking him out. Yeah, I think it was rigged. It was fake. Yeah.
He's just KO'd the ghost of Muhammad Ali. It's embarrassing. For Tyson. For Paul. For boxing.
3. Paul gains confidence, starting to plant his feet more. He lands a sharp right cross that momentarily stuns Tyson. The former champion responds with a vintage combination, but Paul slips most of it.
The grand finale? A scripted knockout punch in round 5. Did we get it? Of course not. Instead, we got a dragged-out decision win for Jake Paul. The audience, both in the arena and at home, probably felt like they'd wasted not just their money, but their precious time. Fans didn't tune in for amateur hour. They tuned in for a battle of legends.
Bro, again. How dare you to call this a battle of legends? Again, bro, nah. You can't call Jake Paul a legend, bro. Yeah? And a battle of legends implies that there are two legends fighting against each other. But if you want to call someone a legend here, then it's Mike Tyson. But you know, after what he probably have done, he maybe even lost his legend status here. Sadly.
What they got was a bad high school drama production with boxing gloves.
That catches him flush on the chin. Tyson's leg buckle and he drops to the canvas. Then he's out for the count, but Tyson, despite his warrior heart, cannot beat the 10 count. Winner Jake Paul by KO. What?
But wait, let's talk about the real elephant in the room. Mike Tyson's health. Just months...
So the script was written that Mike Tyson gets knocked out. Did I understand it right?
The count, but Tyson, despite his war, drops to the canvas. Flush on the chin.
Bad high school drama production with boxing gloves.
That catches him flush on the chin. Tyson's leg buckle and he drops to the canvas. Then he's out for the count, but Tyson, despite his warrior heart, cannot beat the 10 count. Winner Jake Paul by KO.
But again, that also implies like the script was fulfilled. Like, yeah, we didn't saw Mike Tyson getting knocked out, so like I don't really know about the script. If it was written before the fight, maybe it got some more reason to be considered part of this whole intrigue. But still, again, this finale doesn't match the reality of the fight that we saw, reality and quote unquote, you know. But yeah, I don't really know about the script, bro.
What?
But wait, let's talk about the real elephant in the room. Mike Tyson's health. Just months before this circus act, Tyson was literally fighting for his life.
Oh, okay.
8 blood transfusions. Half his blood is gone because of complications from an ulcer.
Okay, bro. I didn't knew that. Wow. Wow. Okay, 8 blood transfusions, bro. Like when and this ulcer, like how did he even got this ulcers? Like this like this in your stomach, isn't it? That okay, it can start bleeding if you got like when your stomach lining is damaged or whatever. That's this ulcers I think. Like how did this even happen? Is this something that old people are more prone to, or But yeah, okay. Nearly dying a few months before the fight, it's not that good of a state to be in, yeah?
And somehow someone thought, yeah, this guy's ready to fight. Texas, you deserve a round.
Bro, what is he even wearing on his head, bro? Jake Paul. What is this, bro? Is this a rooster, bro? Bro, Jake Paul, bro. Again, this dude is all about the entertainment. He's not that much of a boxer, bro. He's more an entertainer. Yeah.
Round of applause for setting the bar
Yeah, it's a rooster.
so low it's underground. Their medical clearance process is a joke. Tyson, who had lost 25 pounds, recovered.
Not saying that when a skilled boxer would wear this rooster hat that he wouldn't be less of a boxer. Again, maybe it's just a publicity stunt or whatever. But yeah, still I go with Jake Paul being not that much of a boxer, really. Yeah.
Medical clearance process is a joke. Tyson, who had lost 25 pounds recovering from his near-death experience, was thrown into the ring with a guy half his age. And we're supposed to believe this wasn't a cash grab?
I'm glad to see that because if I hadn't saw that, I would be worried that this fight may not even...
Tyson himself didn't even try to hide it. He straight up said, I did it for my bills.
Okay, bro. Okay, that picture is getting clearer and clearer here, bro. Oh man, Mike Tyson. If you have done this, please, Mike Tyson, don't you have done this, please. I hope you didn't do that, bro. Oh man, but it really seems like it.
Think about that. The man who once ruled boxing, reduced to taking part in a scripted circus just to pay his expenses. It's tragic. Tyson walked away with $20 million, sure, but at what cost? His legacy? His dignity? Honestly, it's heartbreaking to watch a legend stoop this low.
Reason and one reason only, and that is the money. He's getting paid so much money to do this. So that tells me he's getting bought. So again, it is sad that someone like Mike Tyson...
And Jake Paul? Oh, where do we even begin? This guy keeps selling himself as the savior of boxing. He's the guy who turned the sport into a clown show, complete with scripts and fake rivalries. Tyson, a man who deserved...
Again, Jake Paul maybe is good in his entertaining thing and selling a fight, but the fight in itself is awful. At least the fights that I have seen. You know, these highlights that were uploaded a day later, or this full fight re-uploads with horrible quality. But yeah, didn't pay any money on Jake Paul fights, bro. No pay-per-view had been paid by me. No, sir.
so much better became just another pawn in Jake's ego-driven game.
It's power at all. No. He hit you with one. You gave him the tongue. Only because the crowd, got turned up, but it didn't.
But let's not give Tyson a free pass here either. This fight wasn't about skill or legacy. It was about cold, hard cash. Jake Paul didn't just fight Tyson. He used him. Tyson was the bait. The legendary name Jake needed to pull off yet another payday disguised.
Oh man, just look at this combination of Jake Paul, bro, with Tyron Woodley.
Tyson was the bait. The legendary name Jake needed to pull off yet another...
Ah, bro. Just looking at that, bro, it's almost unbearable to watch, bro. Jake Paul, bro. Oh man. Oh, please. Check yourself, bro, when it comes down to your fighting style. You know, I don't even know what his coaches are thinking. You know? These coaches got the responsibility of sending their fighter into a fight so that he obviously have the best chances to win, but at the same time get out of this fight without his health getting damaged. Yeah? And what they're doing essentially is yeah, Jake, at least what I think they're doing is, yeah, Jake, go into these fights, don't give a dime about your guard, eat all these punches, and expose yourself to permanent damage to your health, and yeah, get some Parkinson's when you're 6 years old. Do that, Jake. Me as your coach think that's a good idea. It's very irresponsible of his coaches that they let him into the ring like that, and maybe he's just surrounded by all of these yes mans. Yeah, that could also be the case. Yeah. Just let's watch this again.
Tyson was the bait. The legendary name Jake needed to pull off yet another payday
Awful,
disguised as a boxing match. It wasn't a competition. It was a money grab dressed up as a historic event. Fans shelled out their hard-earned cash for tickets and pay-per-view, thinking they were about to witness an epic clash. Instead,
Who's saying that, bro? Who's saying that would be a battle of legends? Who says it would be an epic clash or whatever, bro? Who says that? Or who said that, bro? No one that is in the into the substance of the boxing sport, bro.
they got what felt like a YouTube parody of a real fight. The only thing missing was Jake vlogging mid-round about how he's revolutionizing boxing.
Bro, just take a look at Mike Tyson's face here, bro. Some might would say he's just war ready and calm and collected, bro, but for me, it looks a little bit like indeed a man that is about to sell his reputation and his legacy for a cash grab, bro. He got some sort of dead, lifeless eyes. Somewhat defeated already. Oh man, Mike Tyson. Don't play yourself like that.
It seemed like he was just going through the motions, and now we might know why. After the fight happened, everyone all over the sport started debating whether it was all just a cash grab. But can we really...
And then Jake had the audacity to say, I didn't want to hurt Mike. Oh please, let's not pretend this was some noble act of restraint. Jake Paul isn't a hero sparing the legend. He's a businessman milking every drop of Tyson's legacy for his own profit. And Tyson? Let's be honest, he knew exactly what this was. He literally said he took the fight to pay his bills.
I'm just fighting to take care of my bills, basically.
Oh man. What a statement, bro. What a statement, bro. Out of the mouth of legendary Iron Mike Tyson, bro.
I don't have the stomach for this kind of no more. I'm more conscious of my children and those guys looking at my appearance. I don't have that ferocity. I'm not an animal anymore.
You know, again, not saying that it was good or right what Mike Tyson did here. Yeah. Selling like his, yeah. Selling his dignity, maybe even how the narrator called it, to pay his bills and watch out for his children and parents or whatever. Yeah, I think not that this is justified or whatever that he did that. But I think knowing that makes it more understandable. Okay, not saying that it's justified that he did that, but it makes it more understandable, because you also have to think like, okay, this man is 58 years old. He got his children, he got his responsibilities, he wants to take care of his parents, and he don't got any money anymore. And maybe he says like, okay, you know what, I have to make this sacrifice here to take care of my family. Maybe there would have been other ways, you know, without selling himself, without being a sellout, you know. But it seems like Mike Tyson didn't solve these other ways and solutions for that. Sad.
Does that mean we won't see you fight again?
Yeah.
Imagine being the heavyweight champion of the world, a boxing icon, and ending up as a supporting actor in Jake Paul's reality show. It's tragic. Now the backlash? Deserved. And brutal. Boxing legends like Evander Holyfield and Buster Douglas tore this fight apart. Holyfield pointed out that Tyson's balance and movement were a disaster, and Douglas didn't mince words either, calling the fight a cash grab that spit in the face of boxing's integrity. They're right. Tyson, once a force of nature, was reduced to a sluggish shadow of his former self. Jake, meanwhile, strutted around like he'd just redefined the sport.
You know, your friend Mike Tyson tweeted that he almost died over the summer. He said, he had a bunch of blood transfusions, just had to fight to get healthy, and then his performance yesterday against Jake Paul. Just your thoughts on what we saw.
Mike Tyson was right, and I was wrong.
What does Dana White mean by that? What was Dana wrong about, and what was Mike right about?
Fans, the whole thing was an insult. Pay-per-view outages and Netflix streaming failures added insult to injury, making the experience even worse. You pay top dollar for a fight they said would be thrilling.
Bro, whoever believes this is clearly needs to learn a little bit more about boxing.
Only to end up staring at buffering screens, or worse, a painfully lackluster performance. It's like ordering a luxury meal and being handed stale fast food. And if the fight itself wasn't bad enough, the leaked script made it even worse.
First and foremost, Mike Tyson, it's such an honor. Let's give it up for Mike, bro. He's a legend. He's the greatest to ever do it.
However, in another...
Fans didn't just feel cheated, they felt played. The match unfolded exactly as the script predicted.
No, not exactly, because Mike didn't get knocked out, and so it doesn't doesn't match up,
Fueling suspicions that the whole thing was choreographed. And honestly, how could anyone believe otherwise? This wasn't a fight, it was WWE without the pyrotechnics.
Okay, now is Mike Tyson's tweet here. This is one of those situations when you lost but still won. I'm grateful for last night. No regrets to get in the ring one last time. I almost died in June, had 8 blood transfusions, lost half of my blood and 25 pounds in hospital, and had to fight to get healthy to fight, so I won. To have my children see me stand toe to toe and finish 8 rounds with a talented fighter, you can argue about that. Half my age, in front of a packed Dallas Cowboys Stadium, is an experience that no man has the right to ask for. This last paragraph got a very bad taste to it.
Social media, of course, exploded. Memes roasting Jake Paul and Mike Tyson flooded every platform. Fans dubbed the fight boxing's biggest joke and called out both fighters for staging what many saw as a glorified exhibition. And the lawsuits? Oh, they came rolling in. Bettors who'd sunk their money into what they thought was a real competition were livid. Who can blame them? Millions were wagered on this circus, and the outcome felt as predictable as a soap opera finale.
Everything, but my kids...
Family is important. I do concur with that, yes.
To my children, I'm nobody. But that night, they're going to find out their father's very special. That night, they're going to find out their father's very special.
Oh man. Just now seeing Mike Tyson saying that, I don't know what his exact relationship with his children is. But he just said he is a nobody to them. And that must be very hurtful for a father to think that, if it's true, to feel that and be that, nothing to your children. Very, very sad. Man, and look, bro, it really makes me sad right now. Just just look into the eyes of Mike here, bro. keeping in mind, he just said, this night, my children will think that I'm very special. Him having this very vulnerable look in his eyes, bro, and really, maybe even really hoping for his children seeing him as something at least again. Bro, it really touched me right now. It's wow. Didn't expect it that in this video I'm gonna get touched emotionally in that way. I really feel sad for Mike Tyson right now. Wow. I don't really know how this is now hitting me to that extent. Oh man, Mike. Oh man. Yeah. I don't really know what goes on in Mike Tyson's personal life, but I hope it will get better, and maybe he will, if he sold himself for this fight, at least, I hope at least he will learn that it was the wrong thing to do and it was reprehensible, and he maybe even still somehow can bond with his children again, because just thinking about Mike Tyson dying with his children don't even want to know anything about him would be very sad, bro. That would be very sad. Oh man. Okay, let's continue, bro. It's about Jake Paul and Mike Tyson rigging this fight, bro. Let's get back into this critique state, okay? This is not an emotional reaction. You know what it is? You know what? In a UDYZYZ show, everything can happen, okay? I can get emotional if I want to, because that's the UDYZYZ show, and the UDYZYZ show is different. And I love it, and that's fine, and it's beautiful, and it's good. And you, everyone, every single one of you UDYZYZ Enjoyers out there, all of me Guys and Gyals that are part of this awesome, exciting journey. You are awesome, you are good, you are different, and that's totally fine. Let's continue.
His balance seemed...
But let's zoom out for a second. This fight wasn't just a disappointment, it was a glaring example of everything wrong with modern boxing. Fans and critics agree. Jake Paul's fights are more about theatrics than talent. He's not a boxer, he's a brand. And Tyson? Watching him struggle in the ring was heartbreaking. The man who once dominated boxing now looked like he was fighting just to make it to the next round. It wasn't inspiring, it was sad.
Well, X has spoken. The fight was scripted. Everyone is talking about this on X. And the script was actually leaked on X a few days ago.
Here's the harsh truth. Jake Paul and Mike Tyson took $60 million from fans and left them with nothing but a regret.
Again, Mike's
Tyson's legacy
face,
took
bro.
a hit,
His
and
look.
Jake Paul cemented his reputation as the king of hype over substance. It was a betrayal. Fans don't ask for much. They want real competition, not a scripted spectacle.
You won't get that with a Jake Paul fight, bro. No.
If this is the future of boxing, we might as well bring in theme music and choreographed dance routines. It's not like they're trying to hide it anymore.
I just think I can handle the situation.
You gonna knock him out?
I think I'm gonna hurt him, yeah.
Tyson's revelation...
At the end of the day, it was a scam. A slap in the face to every fan who believed in it. A mockery of a sport that used to mean something.
Yeah, I still think boxing means something. I don't think Jake Paul can destroy the sport of boxing, bro. I don't think that. Again, he's... yeah, has some clout in this boxing sport to a certain extent, okay? But Jake Paul won't destroy the sport of boxing, bro, for him rigging this fight. Maybe he will pull some people down with him, like maybe Mike Tyson, if this all is the truth. But the sport will remain, bro.
Jake Paul and Mike Tyson didn't just fail to deliver. They actively destroyed any shred of respect people still had for this kind of spectacle. So, to the...
spectacle of Jake Paul fights. Yeah, maybe there was some sort of respect still there, some amount. But yeah, maybe it's not completely gone, yeah. Maybe you can say that.
Fans suing over this mess, good luck. You deserve every penny back and then some. To Jake Paul and Mike Tyson, congratulations. You've officially turned boxing into a parody.
Yeah, not necessarily, bro. They turned themselves into a parody. And yeah, people that are fighting against Jake Paul, yeah. But no, the sport will remain. I'm sure of that, bro. And stay honorable.